What's up, everybody? We are back crack-a-lacking out on another mulching job. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Yeah, it's Wednesday, halfway through the week. We're working our way through it. Gotten a lot done so far this week, still got a lot left to do. So we're back out on a familiar property. I had a little munch out here not too long ago doing some work, so let's take a look at what we got and we'll get started. Okay, if you guys remember this property here, we cleaned up this little line right here and on around that corner, and there was a couple ponds back there we cleaned up. So the owner wants me to underbrush out this and make this section here kind of even with that section. So we're just going to take a little munch through here and go all the way down kind of to the end of this little trail here, and then we've got a couple of little things to clean up over there. I'm not going to walk over there right now, but we're putting in for a fence line. So we got some right of ways we got to clear and clean up. I may need big munch, I may not sure yet. We'll cross that bridge, but it's only about 10 minutes down the road, so I may just go ahead and go pick it up tomorrow morning, just bring it over here just in case I need it. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. So I got a little munch here. I'm gonna work our way through this wooded section here, take out all this kind of little stuff that's in here. Again, we got pretty much brand new teeth on this bad boy. You didn't see my video. I've got these under sharpened preen-off teeth, and I've got some over sharpened preen-off teeth here. They're both preen-off factory teeth, but they're just a little bit different design between the two of them. So but they've been doing a great job cutting so far on the couple times I've used them, but I haven't really gotten them into any decent wood yet. So we're gonna find out today how they do, and we're gonna get to cutting. So let's get to mulching. yeah, that'll work right there, homies. Those new teeth are shredding these hardwoods right here. I'm super impressed with that right now. So yeah, it's been a while since I've run some new teeth on this thing. Man, there's nothing like a factory edge. Enjoy it while I can. But yeah, that's yeah, that looks really good. It's making some really nice mulch. Going through those, this is all hardwoods through here. Little live oaks, water oaks, these little swamp magnolias and stuff. So all right, making some really pretty mulch, looking good. So we'll just keep this on and work our way on down through here, see what it looks like. Well, we are just moseying on right on through this stuff. If you hear that little beeping in the background, that's me turning off the flow to the mulcher. So I've got a little button on the joystick where I don't have to hold like the little rocker switch or the thumb switch like that does the thumb. I've got a what's called a detent button that'll just it'll just keep the mulcher running. But if I click the button, you hear that little beep beep, that turns off the flow to the mulcher. So it gives me a lot more speed to raise the head up like that when the mulcher is not running. Then once I get it to the top, I can turn it back on and it will send flow back to the mulcher and we will grind this tree down. Make it into little bitty pieces. Little hardwoods in here making some really nice mulch. Hardwoods in a way, sometimes like the smaller ones, are actually easier to mulch than pines. Because the way the wood fiber is, it's so stringy and hard, it wants to go, when the teeth grab this stuff, it wants to go into the mulcher. And that's how you get it to process. There's a big old stump right there or something, yeah. Let me grind that stump down. There we go. That's a little better. Going about 12 feet in off this line. Just going to clean this up. See how like that limb right there kind of got it like snatched and pulled? Yeah, like that right there. Like these hardwoods, when those teeth grab that wood fiber, it just snatches it right into the mulcher. But softwoods like pines, they're so brittle that they literally just kind of break up before the mulcher can pull it into the drum or into the housing and break it up. Because that's really how you make mulch, is when you back drag and you pull this stuff into the drum and into the housing and it spits it back out the front like that right there. That's how you make mulch. That's how you make it look good. I want to just try to keep this line here as best I can. We're going in about, he'd said about 12 feet, so I'm trying to keep that about as close as I can. We didn't mark it or anything, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. We've got to make some decisions right here, try to make our way through here. I don't know what we're gonna do just yet. We're gonna have to take down this tree right here in front of me or not. This one's got to go. Cut this vine up here too. Stuff's got vines all over it, grapevines. Got good old grapevines all over it. out, didn't it? Shoot it up, spit it out. See if I can't squeeze through these two trees right here. I think that I can. Oh yeah. Oh baby. This is what I love about this U55. It's just so small and compact. It'll just go just about anywhere. Sometimes it'd be nice to have a little bit bigger machine, but that's kind of my goal one day, to have a little bit bigger excavator for doing some mulching work. But for this little stuff right like this, in these tight quarters, this little U55 is the bee's knees. Magnolias, there's not much to them. Not much to them. We are making some really good looking mulch here so far. Here's got to go. Grapevines hanging from that tree. Oh, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. Doing jobs like this with the excavator over the skid steer. That's just my personal opinion, but I enjoy running the Mini. I like excavators. Alright, I'm going to cut this grapevine down and we're going to keep on going through this little section of woods, and we'll take a look when it's done. Stay tuned. right, got that cleaned up and looking good. That looks a lot better. So Mini was the perfect tool for that job. Nothing, we weren't taking down anything big in there, and perfect for working around these trees and stuff in these tighter areas. Could have done that with the skid, but I would have had to come back with the Mini and cleaned it up, so it's just a lot easier just to go through there one time with the Mini, just get it all in one go. And like I said, nothing in there is very big that we were taking down, so that ought to work. I like it. So we got to go down here and do some cut throughs for a fence line, so let's go take a look at that. Okay, so we have those two little sections to cut on the other side of the pond there. So I guess this is going to be for a fence, and so it's going to come through there and then come through there to this corner here next to the pond, and then hop the pond, I guess, or skip the pond and then keep going through here. And you can see where he's got these flags. We got to go right through here, and then right there, like see where that water oak is right there, that's a road. So we're gonna go, I think whatever's on the property on the other side of that road is someone else's property, because it's got a little fence on it. So we're gonna go to there, and then we got to clear down that road, and then I think we got to come back in, maybe. I know we got to go down to that corner. So let's get through here really quick, and then we'll get out to the edge of the road. All right, we got the skid over here, got Big Munch. Shut my door, keep the AC in. And so I got the Mini over here too. And I'm gonna clear out what I can with the skid for now, which I think I can get most of it, but this one, because of its lean, I'm gonna have to, I got my chainsaw in the cab of the Mini. We're gonna have to drop it probably that way, I guess. So much overhang here, everything's trying to grow out towards the sunlight. And I got another hanger on, hanging tree down there. I just don't want to damage this fence over here. This is somebody else's property, so that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to go down there, clear out what I can down there, and start getting this cleaned up. All right, I changed my mind here a little bit. I took the Mini down there and I was able to snatch that China berry and a little pine out, and I was just going to go down there and clear it with the skid steer standing, but then after I kind of cleared some of that stuff down, I was like, if I can get it down, I've got all this room here to make mulch piles. I can just get this stuff on the ground and make a lot less mess if I can just grind it all in this little patch right in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this tree because there's nothing really in the way that I can clear that he wants gone that's in my way to make it go down easier. So I'm gonna try to push it right into that hole there. It's not a very big tree, it's just leaning out this way towards me. So let's just get this thing down. Okay, that went fairly well. No harm, no foul to the fence. So I'll push that thing off, kind of drag it back this way a little bit and get that top a little further over into the woods, and we'll go on down, clear the rest of this stuff and get it on the ground and grind it up. Okay, here's the next little project. I didn't know about this, but he wants this stuff gone too. So I'm gonna take the mini here really quick and take the bucket. I'll snatch out this wax myrtle and that red maple that's back there. And then I want to fell this gum with the chainsaw. It's not very big at the bottom, but it is tall. She's a tall girl. So I'm hoping I can push it into that hole right there and it'll come down and doesn't get hung up. So let's just see what happens. All right, I was gonna pull that tree out of there, but it's really big and really long, and I didn't want to make a mess out here on the trail with it and make a mulch pile, so I just went and got a little munch. I'm gonna grind that thing up where it is. We'll grind the stump down, and I've got to get to that dead tree right there, and I can't get to it with the skid steer anyway, so I'm gonna have to get that with little Munchie. And then I've got, we probably got about half a dozen to a dozen, probably close to a dozen other smaller trees that we're gonna go ahead and get to with little Munch really quick too. And that'll be about it. But the neighbor from across the street wants his pond mowed, or at least a section of it. So I'm gonna try to go look at that this afternoon. We probably gonna be back over here tomorrow doing that. So I may add that into this video, I may not. We'll just see how big it is. But let's grind this tree up and keep moving along. I'd say this tripod, it's ruined now. I think we can still make it work for the rest of this job. I think she's done though. I put you guys back behind the machine so you wouldn't get hit, and of course you get hit. All right, everybody, here's a little bonus footage on this video. While I was working over there doing that fence line, the neighbor across the street came by and asked me if I would mow down this little section of his pond, and I said, yeah, no problem. So it just starts right here and then just goes around that curve and then ends right over there. So figured I'd just add this into the video, and we'll knock this down and make it look good, and that'll be, I got one other little thing to do too. We'll film that and that'll be the video. So let's knock this pond out and this will look nice. That's the fact on that. That looks pretty good. That corner right there was steep. It's very steep right there. It's like almost, you can see where that's kind of sloughed off right there. That's almost vertical going down. I don't even know if I could get down that with the bucket. It is very steep. I got as much of it as I could through there, but the rest of it looks pretty good. But I doubt this corner would be a really good fishing spot because of that tree. But this pond goes way back up in there. It's big. It's a big pond. When he first came over to ask me to mulch the pond, I was like, the whole thing? And he was like, no, just this one little section. I was like, okay, because this pond is huge. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's really pretty though. It's got that cool little island in the middle. Got some geese down there. This is a beautiful little pond right here. So, all right, glad that turned out well. We got one more thing to do across the street over here with Big Munch, and we'll knock that out really quick and this job will be done. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is cut a lane right through the woods, just as wide as the skid steer. You can see he's got that mark through there, and he wants to have a lane out of that barn because that just goes back 80 acres into nothing. And that's kind of a cool little shooting spot. So that's what we're gonna do. He said there's about 30 paces in, there's a tree with 2 ribbons on it, and that's where we're gonna stop. So just right through there. I think I see the tree back there too. So we're just gonna cut a lane and that'll be that. Okay, that is the job. That turned out really good. That looks really good through there. And yeah, we got all the fence lines done. Everything looks good. I'm happy with this. This right here turned out really good. I don't get to mulch out like a lot of like really nice hardwood forests like that and underbrush them out, so to speak. That in there looks beautiful. He was really happy with that. So awesome, 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 awesome. Got the pond taken care of. Owner over there was happy with that. Just spoke to him. So I'm gonna load up little Munch and we're getting out of here. So be back for this guy probably tomorrow. And we got 2 jobs down on the south end in Georgetown on Saturday and Sunday, so we're gonna be taking care of that. I picked up the brush cutter because I may need the brush cutter for one or both of them. I'm not sure yet, but I wanted to have it. So stopped by the farm this afternoon, used the tractor to lift it up and put it in the back of the truck. So let's get this trailer turned around. We'll get Little Munch loaded up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was definitely a lot of different stuff going on this job. A little grubbing, some little munchies, some big munchies, some fence lines, some ponds. It was a whole lot of stuff. I will say, man, little munchie with those new teeth on it, man, just cutting like a whole different machine. Now I mulched that big red maple and that gum right over there, and it just went through them like a hot knife, like nothing to it. And even that big gum that was back there in that hole, mulched it up, no problem. So really happy with that. So more stuff to come. Hope you guys enjoyed this project, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye everybody.